Good morning everyone, welcome back, and here we are outside in the mobile workshop. Right, so as you've just seen, I've removed all these little beads. There were so many missing in various places. I wasn't going to mess around with moulds and recreating them. There's no need. This is going to be 10 foot up in the air, this thing. So we are going to put these little wooden balls on, and they'll go around the edge like so, all the way around the edge, and they're going to be sprayed gold, so you won't notice them, as you know, you won't sort of look at them and think, what's he done there? They'll look fine. Right, in order to get these on, I need to support them, so I need to go around the perimeter with some thin strips of wood, which I've cut. But I need to bend them, and whilst these are quite thin and quite flexible, they will snap on some of these bends. So there's a simple way of softening them up, various ways, but the simplest way is soak them in water. And I've got a container, a big plastic tray in the pantry, so it's full of water. I'm going to plop them in there for a few days. That softens them up and they'll bend to this shape. So what we'll have is we'll have one slightly behind, pinned and glued in, and then this one will be just forward of it, and then the I'll show you here. So that one will be just behind this wood, the next one will be up there, and then the bead will go in front, and I'll do that all the way around. It's one of those jobs, it's not going to take long. It's probably an hour tops, the whole job, hour and a half maybe, to get this bit done. But it's one of those things you have to do in stages. I have to now wait for those to soak, and then when I bend them, I'll have to clamp them into position and let them dry, and then you can glue and pin those on and cut them to size, etc., and then I can start the beads. So it's going to take an hour and a half in total, but it's probably going to have to be done over a whole week. So I'll just come back to it every now and then and build it up. This is upside down, by the way. When we were showing you this the other day, it was a bit dirty and dusty, so I've just wiped off the front, so you can see there's a nice wooden veneer. So basically, these bits of trim here at the bottom will be gold. The bits I'm putting on will be gold. This wood will stay as it is. And then we've got those roses that we're going to spray gold. Now, once we've sprayed them gold, Susie may touch them up with a few colours, just to pick up colouring from the headboard of the bed, or we may just leave them gold. We don't know. We'll worry about that nearer the time. So I'm going to remove all these little pins now that they've put in here, and that's basically all I can do, except get these soaking and come back to these in a few days' time. So we showed you these three roses in the end of the last vlog. 3 roses bought for 99 cents, so 33 cents each. They're just cheap fabric. I don't think they're silk, but whatever they are. I want them gold, and 2 of them I will use on the Ciel de Lit. So I've put some lacquer on them. I did that earlier. Let that dry. Now I've put some coats of red, and each coat will just stiffen them up a little bit. And I'm putting a red as an undercoat, and then I'll spray them gold, and I think they'll look really nice. Bear in mind, again, they'll be 10 foot up in the air, so all the detail, you'll not see all of the detail, but I think they'll look pretty good. So I'm going to let them go off now. It's warm today, so they'll dry off quite happily, and in about half an hour I'll come back to them. That's not bad for a first coat. Patience is always the key. Don't try and flood it with colour, and let each coat just have a few minutes. So I'll give it 10 minutes and I'll come back to them. I think they'll look good. Okay, so what I did, I finished them off with a slightly different gold. It was a chrome sort of gold. So it just gave it a bit of a richer shine and richer colour. And then I put a little bit of clear coat over it again just to protect it. So they're effectively done. They've been sitting outside now in the sun for a good half hour. I'm going to go and put them somewhere safe. And then when I'm ready to use them, I will. So we showed you these as well. These other little roses, they came in a pack of 9 and 99 cents for the 9, so they're just tiny, and I think we only need 3 of them, so I'm going to spray 3. I'm going to do them exactly the same, so you don't need to watch that. So I'll let you see them when they're done. And in case you're wondering, this box is just a little spray booth. It's just a box that was lying around in the barn. It just captures most of the fumes. Right, so I'll put these somewhere and get these 3 done.
Right, so I'm back on this flower bed. I didn't actually finish weeding it because the weather turned, but Baxter & Co have been at it again, digging, because they're after a mole. I've just replanted that forget-me-not, just filling the holes up at the back. They've dug under here and here by my rose. And in the walled garden we've got lots of channels where they trace it along, so the mole has decided to go into the potager now, so Baxter's trying to dig under the fence to get it, and we can't put any bait down because of the wildlife and dogs, because we do get hedgehogs and other things in the garden. Alexi's come to inspect. So that's my clearing up job this afternoon. Thank you, Lexi. You were supervising, weren't you?
So this is what 3 weeks of growth looks like. I was out here not so long ago strimming all this, and all this wet weather we've had. It's glorious for the weeds, but not so good for us. And there's Lexi come to supervise. Well, seeing as how we're painting things today, the one thing we've never done anything with is the actual door frame here. I'll show it in a bit close detail, but the reason we never painted it the same as the door is because it's very uneven as it's inset into the wall. So if we painted it the same plum colour, it would make the edge of the doors look a bit wobbly. So we were sort of mulling it over, and then of course got distracted with other jobs, so we've never actually done it, but we want to now do it. I'll show you in a bit more detail, but above here as well you've got the frame, and it goes up into the stone there. Now I think that will be fine painted the same as the door, because it would make the top of the door look interesting. So I am actually going to paint that the same as the door, but down here where it's currently green, I'm going to paint it with a grey primer and then try and do something to make it look similar to the stone. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it's not green and not the plum colour. And if it sort of blends into the background, that's what we want to do. So I'm going to do that now, but I'll quickly show it to you in a bit more detail. So you can see there the green. Now I think if that's painted the same as the door, that'll make the door look a little bit more interesting. But down the sides there, don't know whether you can pick up how wavy it will be, and therefore it shouldn't really be painted the same as the door. Okay, that's a lot better, but it just needs something because it's a little bit, well, it looks like a primer as opposed to stone, but that's fine. I've got some little pots here, and I'll just mix something up and then stipple it on just to take your eye off it, but that's coming up a lot better already. Other thing is, yes, I know, I forgot to put my mask on. The other thing you'll notice is we've moved our wellie washer, and it used to be down by the side of the bread oven in that corner, but it was always hidden behind the laurel tree and we could never see it, and we felt it was a bit neglected down there, and it's a nice ornamental feature, so we thought we'd try it up here on the front step. We did try it up against that wall, but it didn't quite work, and then we tried it up against this wall, it didn't quite work, but then we put it in the corner and actually it sort of came to life. So we're happy with it there. And of course these two doves here, they're actually part of it, and they were under the horse chestnut tree, so they've all been reunited now. We quite like it. We think it's nice here. Unfortunately I've got no plumbing near here. There is the other side of the wall and down the corridor, but it's going to be a bit complex to plumb it in, so it's just an ornamental feature for now. But we've got family and friends coming this year, and so we want to get this front entrance looking nice, which is why I'm doing this bit now. But yeah, I think that works there. Well, that's not come up too bad. I've basically just been stippling little different colours on, really. Yellows, beiges, off-whites, charcoal-y colours. And those are all in this stone, all those colours. So it's just a question of, you never get it perfect, but that's come up really good, actually. I could carry on all day if I wanted to, but I'm happy with that.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We're just taking a quick break. We thought we were going to get rain done, but we didn't, so we'll carry on.
Might do.
Okay. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.